So I'm just putting everything where it's easily for me to see. I'm overlapping those because I know it's top and bottom. I just built one. But you want to keep them separate because with this IKEA furniture, they don't give you A, B, C, D, E. They don't tell you 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, put 1 plus 2 and put them together. They just give you parts and hope that you can figure out and determine which one's which. I put up that 1x3 up there, which I'm going to be screwing this thing into. This is my centerpiece. Make space for you to work in. Alright, and now to explain what I'm looking at here. They provide you with a key. Those are spare parts that you can use, which is right there. You'll also need a Phillips. I don't use this. I have a bit for my drill. It's the same. Alright. So, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the middle. So this is the one we need. I like to do this. Spill everything out and separate everything. You can do whatever you want at this point. I prefer to do this because it's easier to keep track of where everything is. Again, they don't really tell you much. They tell you how many pieces are in each box there, so you can figure out what goes where by seeing the numbers and counting them. I've built IKEA furniture before, so these are all the same. Wood dowels, same screws, L-shaped brackets, L-shaped brackets. You'll thank me later if you take your time to do this now. It'll be just way easier to find everything that you'll need as you go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and there we go. It's important with IKEA to look forward as you're going. They have a tendency of making you do steps that you might have to back out of. For example, I just put these in here. It's not asking for this, but just in the very next step, you can see it whiz. So I just went ahead and did it now because I hate wasting time. Where is it? There it is. And of course, you need a flathead as well, because IKEA makes everything so easy. They make these in Phillips, which just means the little cross, versus the little minus sign. But of course, they make you have to get another tool. So you need a Phillips, which is the little cross, a flat, which is the minus sign, and the hexagon. Anywho, next up. Alright, putting the bottom on. The bottom is the thicker version because it's the base. It needs to be a little heavier. You'll notice that it doesn't have necessarily a front and back, but one side does have this little strip of tape where this laminate is being covered up. You want that seam to be facing the back. How do you know what the back is? This is the front. This is the back. According to this, and this is where you got to pay attention, these holes, see these holes, should be facing down. So this belongs on that side. And there looks like there's a long end and a short end. We know because of these photos and where this is going that this is where this is going to sit. So let's go ahead and put this over here. Take this and turn it this way. Ah, cute little baby hammer. Did I do that wrong? No, these don't belong here. These do. There goes step 4 and 5. I'm going to go ahead and skip 6 and go straight to 7. I can come back to that. They're just having me put these on. I'll do that after. So here's where we should be paying some attention. One of these gets only 2, one of these gets 5. Notice that the one that does not have any in the center, i.e. this one, only gets 2, opposite of the 2 big holes. 2, 3, 5. Probably wondering how I know which hole to put it in. If you look right there, these are the 2. And this is again why people hate building IKEA. I wish I could just zoom in right there. There's 2 little tiny dots and 2 big holes. 2 big holes, 2 little tiny dots. Same thing for the other one. 2 in the middle, outer 2 circles. 2 in the bottom, outer 2 circles, and then 1 right below it. If you don't know how to use a drill, use a hand screwdriver. When I say how to use a drill, I mean don't overcrank it or you'll break it. This stuff is nothing more than compressed sawdust. I don't like to do this. They're asking for you to put these in there. I prefer to put these here, since I'm already working on it. Wherever there's one of these, there's usually a wood dowel right next to it. Okay, looks good. Okay, so put all of these in. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And rather than put the wood dowels in this thing, I put it in here. I have the spine facing up. Here's where I suggest you look ahead, because they're going to have you put one side all the way on, and then put the feet on, essentially, which are those two pieces and that piece, and then put the other side on. They're asking for 2 people, but forget all that. I'll show you how to do it without. So the side that has the middle 2 pieces is going to go on the side that has a small ledge, a shelf here. Okay. These. Let me make sure my camera angle actually looks pretty good. Yeah. Okay, these things. I should look ahead in here because I know what I'm doing, but I want to show you the next step. It's right there. That's what I'm working on now. Huh, what happened here? There we go. The gap was the giveaway that it didn't lock. Oh, here you could use help, or you could do what I do. Put something underneath it. These things just slot in. Once again, I'm sort of just skipping ahead. Several steps at the same time. There you go, number 19. I hate these zinc screws. Come on. So annoying. Again, this sort of doesn't even make sense, but let's go ahead and put this one on. What the hell, man? There we go. Yeah, I kind of messed it up and blew that middle one out a little bit. Trying to rush it. Still works. Nobody's perfect. Okay. All the feet. This is a carpeted room, so the feet aren't that important. But I prefer putting the two front feet on versus the back, so that the whole thing is tilted slightly backwards. Although I'm anchoring it over there, it's going to help. If this was a non-carpeted room, I'd put all 4 feet on. 6. The front feet were matter a bit more here. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six. Feet, yada yada. This is what I'm about to do now for the top, plus these. Trigger control is really important if you're using a drill. What is it? Yep, we're all good. Again, the front and the back are known because the back is always raw like this. They do give you this little thing if you want to use it. I don't. I think this is a waste of time, but if you're scared to hit your fingers, you can take this little guy out and bam. I don't really care about that. I happen to know, because I just finished building it, that right under this side, not both, just this side, there is that, which I can nail into. They give you 2 packs of each. You don't need both. This gives it a little bit more structural rigidity, but let's be honest here. It's just a little thicker than cardboard. Or should I say a little denser. I just go about every 6 inches or so. You don't gotta measure. You can if you want to. To show you that my eyeball is actually pretty good. 7. Close enough. This one's like 10. Hey, doesn't matter. About every 6 inches or so. Up here near the top, I'm actually going to be putting more because I'm going to be using the top to screw into that piece of wood over there. Unless the back of this thing's going to be exposed, which it shouldn't be. This doesn't got to be pretty. If you're OCD or anything like that, then, you know, take your time. Do whatever you want. I'm not telling you what to do. Just giving you the idea. You could actually put it directly into the wood just to hold it in place if you want to, because if you go too far in, you'll actually pop through to the other side and be able to see it from the inside. And I'm going right up to the edge. I opted to do this part last because I don't have the space to lay out all 3 while working on this. What happened? Oh, that's proper. Okay. Do I have it upside down? Looks like I have that bottom piece upside down. Have this upside down. Everybody makes mistakes. Acknowledge it. Correct it. I see. This is going to be interesting. Damn. Splinter. This is what I mean by the nails. If you look real close, there's a little mark right there, a little dash. Just kind of tells you to center it right there. The reason they give you all that wiggle room is because this stuff is mass produced in a factory. And it's probably not perfect. More than likely. Of course, this is IKEA. And you get what you pay for. IKEA is what I call it's going to end up in the dump in a few years. It's like a person moving into a 1936 New York City building and expecting the drywall not to be plaster. I often say there isn't a straight wall in the entirety of the United States. Not a perfectly straight wall. Everything's made out of wood and drywall, i.e. gypsum. And since houses breathe, meaning they expand and contract with temperature, there's no way. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, I'm missing one. Where's the other one? Probably underneath this. Up there it is. Alright, that's that. Those are for those. That's for that. Cool. I always do the middle one first. It's just easier to line everything up. Now these might still be a little tight. Go ahead and loosen them up just a little bit. Slide it in, all of them, and then just give yourself just a little tiny bit. Barely see light going through there. See that? Just barely. For those technical ones, it's about 1/8 from the end. You can always adjust this later. Notice I don't have a whole lot of really fancy tools. Dollar store level, a regular tape measure. I do have a nice bag with a bunch of stuff in there, but the Milwaukee drill might be the most fancy thing. I mean, look at the little baby hammer I got. This is a little kit for me to do these home visits, as I might be going into an apartment or have to walk a long distance before I can get to the person's home. I don't need to be hauling around the heaviest gear. Now, they don't label these things left, right, up, down because they're all pretty darn uniform. See? You can see better now what I mean. Just barely see any light. That's about 1/8 of an inch. When you screw this in with a drill, it pulls it. So just keep that in mind. Try to keep this thing as level to the eye as you can. Again, you can always adjust it after. Do. IKEA doesn't typically give you extra. They have a little extra bag in case you lose one of these, but if you have one left without opening the extras bag, it belongs somewhere. Here you have the option of putting the clothing rack bar up there or lower. Or not lower, up there or here. There's a shelf that can go in here or not. Depends on what you want. I'm doing this because they can always move that if they so choose. No one's home, so I can't ask anybody. There we go. Darn it. You can put these however you want, but they should be put like this, as it makes sense for opening. Little hole there. Whichever direction the hinge is, that's where I'd put that little arm. Handle. Looks like I need to touch up there. Dirty too. Oh, that wasn't me. But here we go for the final part. You can do what you want. I typically give these to the customer. They may have different plans for where the things are going to go. These I'll put in because there's no options. This is just where it's going to live. Or not. They can take it out. That's backwards. There we go. Notice I left one out to make my life easier. There you go. There you go. It's done.